job ain't finished. The job ain't finished. Make sure you come ready to go this next week.
How about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar. I am your host, Nick Athan. We are sponsored by Chiefs Blitz, and alongside me, Mr. Hense Todd, producer extraordinaire, partner in crime on this venture. You can check out his weekly show, Saturdays, 1 o'clock at Bowtie Sports with Coach Dre. And before we get started, let's talk about our sponsors. They make the wheels turn when it comes to producing the show. We appreciate them very much. First up, my very good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes, with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for somebody that can help you find or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, there's nobody better than Mr. Eric Haynes that can get the job done for you. If you're looking for someone who will walk you through the entire process, who will answer every phone call, every text message, every concern, start to finish, he'll finish the job, and there's nobody I trust more in the real estate industry in Kansas City than my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes. Call him today at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esellskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
That's correct. And another one is my amazing, incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you're looking for flexible health coverage, meaning you're looking for a new health plan, she has access to a nationwide PPO network. She can certainly help you out. It doesn't matter if you're just an individual, you're self-employed, you're a business owner, or part of the family. Let her give you a free consult today, evaluate your current plan, and see if she can find you a better one that not only saves you money, but gives you a lot better coverage with lower deductibles. So give her a call today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
He loves Emily.
I'm not going to deny it.
Emily.
It's an absolute fact.
And on brand coach leaves us hanging. No problem, man.
Yeah. I told you I'm a second half guy.
You do you.
Second half guy.
Speaking of, how everybody weekend go before we get into the breaking news?
It was great. KU losing didn't help my mood over the weekend on Friday night. But the Chiefs win. The Royals took 2 out of 3 from Pittsburgh. Even the KC Current went down to Orlando and had a 1-1 split. So hey, I'm feeling pretty good. Good weekend.
Good weekend, a great weekend for me. It started off well because the power got, somebody was, remodeling a house down the street and they was digging in the ground. The power went out. Oops. So they didn't call right before you dig. So I was out power for a while. Then I had dinner with some friends that I'm trying to get, to get on to do some things with the show. So some good news will be coming pretty soon with that. But the weekend went well. I see Dre, down there before we get to Bengal talk. He had, zebra cakes. The team went down. Even though it was about 1 point, it doesn't matter. How was your weekend, Luke?
I don't know, man. You guys with the power and internet and what is going on in the nation's breadbasket? There's always something going on with the utilities. Great weekend. It's again in the Northeast. It's like somewhere between summer and fall, but it's been mostly summer. And a lot of great football starting Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know. Life is good. This is the time of year, man.
That's awesome. Man. Yeah. It's the season for ups and downs. I'll tell you that though. But my weekend was good, man. My weekend was good.
Breaking news. The coach had a good weekend.
Oh, they set you up.
Breaking news.
Hey, that was cool.
Go ahead, Nick. Go with the breaking news.
All right. Well, big breaking news. We kind of hinted at it last night. Running back Isaiah Pacheco is likely going to be placed on injured reserve. He has a fracture in his is it fibula or tibula? I can't remember now. That was like 4 hours ago.
Fibula with an F.
A fibula.
Hey, there's Frank now. Look at that. See what I did there?
If it's a fracture,
I like that.
Then he could be back in 6 weeks. Remember, they've got Clyde Edwards-Helaire on IR, but I think this development is not going to hurt the Chiefs as much as some fans might think. I kind of said, I think during the offseason, I thought at some point Carson Steele would be the starting running back for the Kansas City Chiefs. Lo and behold, I didn't think it would be week 3.
So it's Nick's fault.
So this is all my doing, throwing it out there.
Come on now.
In the atmosphere. I know we got a big micro burst that happened last night. So, could create a lot of chaos. But at the end of the day, the kid from UCLA is going to get a chance and to be the starter this week. And they've got Perrine. And I think they're going to look at bringing in another running back. I don't think it's going to be Jerick McKinnon. I don't think it's going to be
Dalvin Cook,
Kareem Hunt. I just think the anger from Clark Hunt after all that mess is going to make it difficult for them to mend the fences. However, his agent is Patrick Mahomes' agent. So if there's any kind of soothing of the situation, they might be able to convince him if Andy wants him back. I know the team would probably open him with open arms, but he left on pretty bad circumstances. So obviously losing Pacheco, he had 25 touches yesterday, which was a lot for him. And maybe that's too much of a burden to carry on the offense. So right now it's going to be Steele and Perrine, and we'll see what else, or Perrine, and we'll see what else they are able to do as far as a roster spot goes. Yeah.
But short term, they'll probably bring up one of those guys from the practice squad. We'll see. Once they get a handle on maybe how long Pops is out. I mean, if it's an extended period of time, maybe they do bring in a vet. But for the time being, I think they'll go with what they have, and they always seem to figure out a way to play. It just really depends on what it's going to look like. So, too bad for Pops. I know Frank said something about the running style. I don't think the running style had anything to do with this injury. He just got bent in a very awkward manner, and it just, he's lucky it wasn't worse, and there was a lot of ligament damage in his knee. But that hey, just got to roll with it, man.
You got to roll with it, and
let's still come out here and do his thing, man.
I'm so excited to watch him play.
I like Steele. He had a hiccup yesterday.
I know you like Steele, Dre, because Steele likes you too. As you can see, Steele's about to carry Dre's head with the loss. But
is that where you were, Coach?
Yeah, I was coaching up Steele. I was coaching up Steele.
Your employer going to be pissed about this?
Yeah, man, I was coaching up Steele, man.
He's carrying your head kind of loose. It looks like it might go. It might spill at some point.
That's what I was talking to him about. I was talking to Steele about that. But honestly, I like Steele, even though he fumbled. I like Steele. He's physical. He's more physical than Pocket is. And remember,
whoa, what?
Let's know. Pocket is tough, but he's small frame, guys. I seen this coming. But give Steele the opportunity. I like what Steele.
Wait, what?
I like what Steele can do, man.
Small framed. What is his?
Listen. He's small. He's a small frame.
Where are the bars? Where are the bars? We
back,
can't
man.
do this.
I will put Steele. I will put Steele,
man.
In tough games, I'll go with Steele in tough games.
Positively about Crocky J's dad and whatever you Thor,
man,
whatever you want
I'm gonna call it. Man, still more physical. Still is more physical than Pockets.
Okay, well, that's taking it. I mean, I can accept your other take, but that one we don't know.
Hold on, Lou. I know why he's saying Steele's more physical than Pockets, because he had to go through all those doors.
Yeah,
with Dre's head, so he had to get rammed through all those doors. So now
I gotta give him credit. I coached him.
That look on Dre's face. I mean, he just knows something bad's gonna happen.
I wish that was the outcome of the game yesterday. But I ain't gonna say that. I wish that was a part of the outcome of the game yesterday. But hopefully it went the other way. But but I like Steele though.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think still bring physicality to the team,
Yeah,
Lou.
we
Honestly,
can talk about Carson's attributes without like minimizing Pop's physicality, which I don't know if there's a more physical runner in football.
Is he too physical? To me, I get that, but at the same time, it's like he's small though. Like, do you want to keep putting that pressure on him? Keep putting that load on him though.
Small in what regard?
What I'm saying is this: can he handle the load? Can Pac really handle a load? Like for real?
He doesn't really have to. That again, that was a freak play. I mean, you saw it. It was just like a tackle, but he got bent back. I mean, it wasn't like, well, geez, he was wearing down, and oh my gosh, why are they giving him the ball so much?
I think he got heart. Pac got heart, but his body ain't gonna let him. Like, to me, he got heart, but I don't think his body can take that load. Man, I think like for real, like
that's one thing. But looking at that play, that was just a freak injury, and just the way his body was bent, no one was gonna, come out of that without some sort of problem with their leg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'm praying, all well for the kid, man, and he come back, even stronger this upcoming, I don't think he's gonna be out for the season though. But
no, he will not be.
Don't rush him either. Don't rush him either.
Plus they have the bye week in there somewhere too. So he could be back by the time maybe they play at the Raiders or the homestand after that.
Yeah.
I wanted to get to, let's see, there was a question. Where'd it go? Anyway, I think it was Ken. Sorry. I think it was Ken who asked when Clyde Edwards-Helaire can be back. He's got 2 more weeks. So it's week 5 that he's eligible, but we don't know with the current situation if, this is something that's going to linger or not, but they do have that as an option. So if they don't sign a vet this week, then maybe they're going to wait to see, reevaluate Clyde Edwards-Helaire after the Falcons game and kind of see where he is. And if there's a possibility they can have him back for week 5, but they've got Pirine. I think by the time we get to the road game against the Chargers in week 4, which is now going to be probably a huge game for Kansas City, he'll probably be more up to speed and ready to contribute more. But I think you're just going to see a lot of steal and Pirine in passing situations, and I think you'll see them throw the ball a little bit more against the Falcons than they have, and I hope they'll have better success than they've had in the first 2 weeks.
That's the face of defeat right there.
That's just
listen.
Listen,
That's the face I made last night though, because that game was up and down, man. That game right there was crazy, man. I had to look. I said, "Oh, look at this, man." But hey, that's the Tom Brady and Peyton Manning effect, bro. Like they bring that element to the game, man. So
yeah, they do.
I loved it, man. I said that was a hell of a.
But when it's all said and done, you know what I mean. Back on, Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah.
Like some people said, it's his running style. That's what got him hurt. Is this? Is that? No. But I say, as I look closely into the play, that was a dirty play. It was. They bent him backwards. You knew he was falling back, and the other guy came on top and hit him on top.
So it is what it is. It's football. It is what it is.
It was a dirty play. They bent him back.
It is what it is, man.
The guy came in and laid in on the back of his legs.
Man, it's football. It's football, gentlemen. It's football. It's nasty out there. It's nasty out there.
I've heard a lot of people say that, Hense, this morning, including some national people who thought it was a bad hit. They've obviously, with the drop down or the hip tackle or whatever, they've been looking into that.
Ain't some Chase talking about, man. It's a hip tackle, man. It was a hip tackle.
This is something that I think the league will probably address too. But it's just an awkward situation. It reminds me of what happened to Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
In that close of proximity in the line, it's hard to say it was a hip drop tackle. I think it was just more of a high-low situation, right? Where he was being hit. So with quarterbacks get protected from that, but running ball carrier in the line of scrimmage, it's just, again, it's just one of those things that happens.
It's just too many moves,
and you just marvel. You just marvel at the fact that it doesn't happen more often.
Yeah.
Everybody talking about it was dirty, man. It's football. It's a rival game, man. That's what it is. It's rivalry, man. Come on, it's all right. People get hurt. It's fine.
Well,
People get hurt.
again, I don't know. The rivalry didn't have anything to do with it. It was just,
Hey,
it
man,
was just a tackle in traffic. There was a lot of big bodies around.
Hey, Lou, he was in the trenches. Lou, he was in the trenches, man. Yeah. Hey, I don't know what goes on in the trenches, man. Hey, some people come out banged up. You know, it is what it is. You know, it happens.
Hey, but as you looking at it, would the Chiefs bring back Kareem? You know, that's gonna be if he's still out there, but it's Kareem still the same.
I think we have to wait for the outrageous takes of the week there, Hense.
Yeah.
So let's get into the overtakes Monday. What you got for us, Lou?
Okay, here we go. Well, we started last Monday, and I know I guess a lot of people do different versions of this, but I just, as I'm watching the games, I'll write down little things that look outrageous. So are we pumping the brakes or are we slamming the gas? Let's go. So first, from college football, here it is. Travis Hunter now is the best all-around football in the world. Best all-around football player in the world right now, Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, from far as college goes, yes, hands down, he is. Like hands down, he is. That boy I do work on the offensive side of the ball and the defense side of the ball. Plays at a high level, man. You got to give Travis Hunter, man. Ain't nobody doing what Travis Hunter doing right now.
I agree. I mean, he's just
ain't nobody doing what he's doing, man.
He's just special. And what NFL team, how they're going to fit his skill set into playing both sides of the football. The last one who was semi-successful was what, Deion Sanders and Dale Carter, and but they weren't this athlete.
No, so the ball skills are just—it's
sick how one human being can be that good.
This world. Hence, what do you got?
I'll say fact. You know what I mean? Because he's a true backyard football player.
Yeah,
you guys get out there. You got to play both sides of the ball. You don't got that many people on the team to play a full 11 on 11. So you got to play offense, defense. In the backyard. So I feel like he's nobody's doing what he's doing.
He could easily be a top 5 draftee at either position, even if he was just a receiver or just a corner. And that's what makes it so unique and interesting. All those other guys they sprinkled them in on offense, right? Whether it was Charles Woodson or you mentioned Dale Carter, Deion. Or Deion was mostly like a kick returner in college outside of playing corner. He really wasn't playing on the offensive side of the ball. So this kid is nuts. Okay, offensive. Who the hell saw this coming? The Saints now are the most explosive team in the NFC. Are you kidding me? 47 week 1, 44 in Dallas. And hell, if you go back to last year, week 17, they scored 48. What the hell is going on in New Orleans? They
put some respect on Derek Carr.
No love,
man.
No love all off season. I mean, it was like, oh, they're old. This, that, the other thing. Alvin Kamara, but right now, Saints most explosive offense in the NFC. Hensley,
I say it's overtake. I feel like everybody
pump the brakes.
I say pump the brakes because you're not going to see.
Okay.
Pump the brakes. You ain't going to see everybody, truly team until week 5. I say. So I would say pump the brakes.
That's a lot of points.
I'll say they're the best offense through 2 weeks in the NFL. But ultimately speaking,
okay, way to go out on a limb there.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. But I'm going to pump the brakes on the long-term success. Yeah. Because Carr has to come to Kansas City and play the Chiefs, where he's won 1 game in his entire career. So,
ooh, man, with that secondary, I say, put your foot on the gas on that take, Nick. Nah, but honestly, I do like what Carr and them doing. I'm gonna say pump the brakes on this one though, because it's still week 2. It's week 2, right? So like what Bo said, give me to week 5, and then I can start saying, they're explosive. So I say pump the brakes.
All right. So the league, I believe we talked about, I think on Factor Cap, the 50-yard field goals, how it was basically it's Steph or Caitlin pulling from the logo and they're draining them just left and right. Right now, 33, and these numbers might be a little off, but it's pretty damn close. 33 for 37, 50 plus so far this season. It's just incredible. But inexplicably, the guy who made a living doing it, Justin Tucker, has now lost his touch. 1 for 7 with his last 7 50-yard field goals. So Justin Tucker lost his touch. Hence,
I would say yes. Since he went down there, since the AFC Championship game, he with his hammer, he was trying to play tough.
Yeah,
the curse happened.
Karma's a bitch. Yeah,
the karma happened to him, and ever since then, he ain't been the same. So, yeah,
Mr. Opera Singer, let's go.
Hey, well, listen, for me, Ruben made a point, man. Ruben said we broke the curse. We broke the Raiders. Basically, the curse. It's crazy because looking at the Baltimore Ravens right now and where they are right now, you gotta give credit to Kansas City Chiefs, man. They broke their spirit, their mentality, and broke Tucker too, man. So
the age-old saying, don't let one loss turn into 2.
Yep, and then hey, right there. So yeah, I agree, definitely agree, man. I definitely
he's been great. He's been great for so long, but he's struggling now, and plus they need points.
Crazy,
and I think his best kicking days are behind him.
So far in the season, we've seen quarterbacks, not all quarterbacks, but a good portion of them throwing less and less, right? So right now, the outrageousness here is that Baker, Derek Carr, and Sam Darnold right now are running the NFC.
Say it again.
Is that Baker, Sam Darnold,
Derek Carr, Sam Darnold are running the NFC?
I would say no. I'll say pump the brakes on that one. No.
All right.
I say when Hurts get going and the Eagles get going, I'll say they will be, because Brock Purdy they ain't looked at
if
the Eagles get going.
Did you say Hurts?
Hurts. Well, I think he's the best quarterback in that division.
He's boring, man. God, lead that man's boring, man. Like, I get it. I get it.
Again, it seems like they haven't played in a month either. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Oh, opening Friday to tonight.
What do you got? What do you got, Nick?
I'd say pump the brakes. Though I Sam Darnold, that pass he threw
was crazy. Money.
It's just that was Mahomes.
Derek Carr, the one that Derek Carr threw.
Yeah, and the Derek Carr too. I mean, the fact that these guys have the time to throw these 60-yard bombs or more is just, it's fun to watch. It reminds me of the old AFL days. And I think Baker will be fine. And I think he's already comeback player of the year after 2 weeks, what he has done. And, but I'm going to say pump the brakes. I don't think all 3 of them are going to be in this position, mid-year.
I definitely say pump the brakes. Because my guy haven't been brought up on this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say pump the brakes.
Okay, so one of these somebody's got to jump on. Let's go. Marvin Harrison Jr. went from the worst rookie wide receiver ever to the greatest wide receiver rookie ever in 1 week.
Come on.
What do you say, Hans?
Pump the brakes, because that was a bad defense that they was going against. Even though I got the Cardinals in the playoff and I got Kyler Murray, as you watch the shows, I had him in the playoffs. I got Kyler Murray as a comeback player of the of the year. But other than that, man, he's coming back from the trash.
Hurt. Yeah, he did get hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I say, But other than that,
he's coming back from that minion outfit you got him in.
I just say pump the brakes on that one, just because that defense is horrible over there with the Rams.
Was it horrible, or was it the Maseratis out the garage right now? I've been humble all day, gentlemen. I've been humble, man. I said, I ain't gonna say nothing. But Maserati exploded, man.
Let the coach cook.
Yeah, Maserati exploded. Then Trey McBride, then Wilson, then Connor on the ground. 100 plus on the ground. On top of Marvin, 130 in the first half, gentlemen. He could to the ball to Marvin a whole lot more, but it wasn't fair. Like, it's not fair no more with the Cardinals now. It's not fair, man. So again,
they're 1-1.
Like stealing.
I'm perplexed to figure out how the Rams defense got that bad that fast.
I thought they played a lot of injuries week 1, and then they lost a few more guys yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I would say pump the brakes. One good week, one great week, one good week, one great week. Now teams have seen him. so they can make a few adjustments. But there's no question his talent is off the charts. But, I'm not ready to anoint him as the rookie of the year.
What can you adjust, Nick? There was no adjustment today.
Yeah,
I'm tell you why. Real quick, I'm tell you why you can't make no adjustment.
Just start running backwards
because
at the snap of the ball.
Because once Kyler Murray starts scrambling around, moving around, you can't coach that. You can't defend that. You can't.
All right, next one. Aiden Hutchinson is going to get 25 sacks this year. He's got 5.5 through 2 weeks, and he just looks unstoppable.
Aiden Hutchinson look good, man.
So what do you think? Is he going to get the record? He's getting the record. That's it. He's doing it.
Yeah.
I say he probably get 21, maybe 22, but not 25. So I say pump the brake.
All right, Nick.
He's getting that record. He's going to smash it. He's just such a great player. I'm all in for it. He's going to set the NFL record in sacks.
Let's go.
Hey,
let's keep overreacting.
Hey, the man's polished. The man's polished, man. You see, the man know the game now. He caught fire. He caught fire, man. Hey, I'm with it. Go ahead and break the record, player. Break the record. Yeah, I'm with it. Go ahead.
Okay, so now let's break the internet, or at least this portion of it. The statute of limitations has passed. Bring Kareem back home. Let's go.
Bring Kareem back to the crib.
I would say no,
not
man.
Kareem in Utah. All right, sorry, because there was a little confusion. He made his big splash on our air yesterday. So good job, Kareem. But no, I'm talking about Kareem Hunt. Sorry.
I would say no. I would say no to that. Not Kareem Hunt, because I would like to see what we got in Carson Steele, because I feel like, shoot, to be honest, I like Isaiah Pacheco. I think Carson Steele probably the future. I'm just saying he's probably the future of the Kansas City Chiefs running backs. I'm just saying he probably the future, future back. So if I say get him going to see what he can do. I like what he did in the preseason. So I would say no, don't take the reps from the rookie. Give him the ball. Yes, he had that one fumble. All running backs have a one fumble in their career, or something happens like that. But let's see what happens.
Kareem did on his first carry ever.
He did first carry ever.
That was it
all year.
And that was it after that.
And then proceeded to have the greatest rookie game ever for a running back.
Yeah.
His agent is Chris Cabot, and that is obviously Patrick Mahomes' agent. And, Clark Hunt made it very clear that he was never coming back. And for what he did, he basically lied for those that don't know the story, he lied to the owner about taking care of the off the field mess he was entangled in by supposedly, writing a check that he never wrote. And so the girl goes on TMZ, and that was it. The league stepped in as well. He served his 8-game suspension. He was a good person in Cleveland, where, that's his home base. But Clark Hunt's going to have to be 100% convinced now. I would compromise and maybe put him on the practice squad. I wouldn't put him on the 53-man roster. I would just see what he does for a couple of weeks in Kansas City and then maybe elevate him. But there's no question he can get up to speed in his offense, but he's not the same player he was. But he should be well rested and healed, because he really hasn't played for
a while.
He hasn't practiced, been with the team all offseason. He didn't play toward the end of last year either. So long-winded answer. Sorry, Lou, but I don't see it unless Patrick Mahomes says to Andy Reid, "I want my boy back." They came in the league together.
You don't have to apologize, Nick. It's
So my thing is this is my thing is bring him back. I'm with it. If they don't get him, I'm with it. Like I said, he knows the offense, and he's a big guy now. He's not a little Hunt now. He got some muscle on him right now. You bring him, man. Him and Steele in the backfield. I like that feel. I really do. I like it. I like it. It sounds good too. So I won't mind bringing him back. I mean, like y'all stated, he knows the offense. He plays with Patrick Mahomes before, so it's like, why not bring him back?
Giving that man he's 6'2", 225 pounds, pure muscle. Hey, get still
pure
the ball.
Alligator knee. Pure alligator knee.
I want his locks, man.
Yeah, well, bringing somebody in, it's not at the expense of Carson or anybody that's already here. It would just be from a depth perspective and so on. Okay, here we go. Last one. Maybe this one will break the internet. Cam Taylor-Britt's interception was the best in a decade.
Yes, absolutely it was. Oh, it brought icing to the cake, joy to my heart. I said, yes, put hands and feet on this boy. And my man went out there and did it. A exclamation point interception in your face, point proven. Beautiful.
I was thinking more so like kind of the OBJ type catch.
The OBJ catch was the OBJ catch was amazing, but an interception running with a guy with a 4.2 speed, the voice to back it up with the one hand, beautiful. Loved every bit of it. Yes.
I would say no. The only best interceptions I've seen, and he had a Chiefs uniform. And if he just had a good thing with the coaches, the best cornerback that I ever seen play is Marcus Peters. He had the best interceptions, the best grabs I've seen, ball skills, hands down. So no.
Is Marcus Peters covering Worthy? If he's on the opposite team, is Marcus Peters
fun to watch?
I'll say Marcus Peters, ball skills. And if the Chiefs have Marcus Peters and Trent McDuffie, nobody's passing the ball. You know what I mean?
Peters is done. He's not that good anymore.
Brandon Flowers is my guy, but that's a whole different subject. I like Brandon.
Me too.
UW.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. I'm gonna give it to him. He backed it up. You know, he did get beat on the Rice touchdown, but man, he was within an inch of tipping that ball, and who knows if Rice makes the adjustment. He backed it up. He had a really good game. He was physical. He didn't back down. He got beat, and he came back and made a terrific play. So yeah, that was Odell Beckham.
Great. That was the part that kind of had me rolling. And just truth be told, Patrick probably underthrew it a bit.
He underthrew a lot of balls yesterday.
I don't think you can overthrow Worthy. So just let it fly, young man. Let it fly. All right, gang. That's it for Pump the Brakes or Slam the Gas. Brought to you by no one in particular, but we are open to
He's brought to you by no one in particular, but hell, we're definitely working on it.
If you're of a mind, bring it. Let's go.
Yep. And a business note, we do have a button on our on our podcast now that if you'd like to contribute, even in a small financial way to help support the show and to allow us to grow, you have 3 options. I couldn't say that on the verbiage, but those higher options will include an opportunity to get one of my collectibles. So we'd love to have some other people help in and pitch in, and everybody else does it, so we decided to do it as well.
So with that said, man, let's get right into the sponsors.
Let's do it. First up, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City area, give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785. He knows the business. He knows the industry. There's nobody I trust more in finding a housing solution as he did for me and my wife, Emily. Spent 9 months looking, and he walked us through every process, every possible home, and he took great care of us with his team. So give Eric Haynes a call today at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who.
And another proud sponsor is my incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you're looking for flexible health coverage, give her a call today at 913-215-9086. Doesn't matter if you're an individual, self-employed, a business owner, part of a family. If you want a free consult, if you just want to evaluate where you are, let her help you, see if she can find you a better plan with larger benefits, a better network, and access to a nationwide PPO team. So if you want to get that quote, just give her a call today, 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Mickey loves
Nick and Emily. Nick,
no question.
And where Emily at anyway? Emily, no, what Emily should be. You know what? We got to get Emily on the show.
I will make sure she's on. She'll either be on Wednesday's show or Friday's show.
Wow.
Okay. We'll send her a link.
Laying down.
So
she's got her own headset.
Let's go.
So with that said, let's get the takeaways from the Chiefs and Bengals, guys. The Chiefs and Bengals, we had a heck of a game yesterday. The guys, played well, even though it came back to the Bengals killer, a.k.a. the butt kicker, kicking their butts again. But we're going to give the take of the day. One of the takes of on the subject is, what was Andy Reid thinking not helping the rookie left tackle? So what do you say about that, Lou?
Well, it was one of the first key to the game. I put up a short 5 keys of the game. The first key was, don't let Trey Hendrickson wreck the game. But you got a rookie left tackle out there. Once you commit to a rookie left tackle, there's going to be some ups and downs. You're going to have games like this, and this won't, not the first, not the last. Maybe it is the first, but it will not be the last, because you're playing guys like the Bosas, right? Eventually.
Max Crosby's too.
Max Crosby, right? And that's just in the division. You got Pittsburgh down the line with TJ Watt. So you got a lot of pass rushers you're going to have to deal with. And hopefully, like Coach said, he is going to learn from this. Getting pulled at the end of a game, not a great look, but hey, Coach Riesling, we got to win this game. Maybe he's just not feeling it today. So it was a tough watch to see somebody like that struggle. You hear different takes about Andy Reid's got to help him, this, that, and the other. But if they're going to have to go that way, to the fact where, okay, we're going to chip with a back, or we're going to put a tight end over there. Now that's like another eligible that you're keeping in. You got to weigh that out. Can Patrick get it out quick enough, to just leave him out there by himself? Or do we just have one less eligible when, they're all out in the formation? Hopefully the tackle, or I'm sorry, the back or the tight end can kind of keep Hendrickson again from wrecking the game. So it just a tough one for Kingsley, but it's a learning experience every rookie left tackle will go through. We just had to see it in real time.
I believe you got to put trust in it, bro. It's like you can't chip away. Let the man go out there and let him eat, man. You got to earn your stripes, man. You got to earn it. And he got beat badly. But you got to give the defense coordinator credit, though, for what they did, because they didn't blitz nobody. 3-man rush, 4-man rush. That's all they did. And they got after Patrick Mahomes. Left, right, in the middle, they got after Patrick Mahomes. But again, don't help him, because to me, if you help him like that, it's gonna take away from Andy Reid and his offense. So you gotta let him earn it. You gotta let him earn it and get his stripes. So again, it's jacked up though, but that's what you're dealing with right now.
I agree. I mean, I think there's 2 things that kind of opened my eyes to the situation. One, the way he held himself accountable. He talked to the press afterwards. And he basically said, yeah, I stunk it out there. I cost my team. I got to work on it. I can fix it. And, he has not played or practiced against a pass rusher like that. I mean, remember Chris Jones, who is similar to Hendrickson, didn't get a whole lot of time in preseason and leading up to the first game because he was injured. So he didn't have those reps against Chris Jones. If he was battling Chris Jones every day in practice, maybe he can see some of the things that Hendrickson was doing. And his problem is just a little bit of footwork. I think he's got the upper body strength to set the angle, but he just struggled. He just had a bad game, and Andy did the right thing, brought in Wanya Morris. And of course, Morris has a big penalty, at the end of the game that fortunately didn't cost the Chiefs, thanks to the next penalty called. But, so I think the Chiefs, I think Andy's going to put him back out there to start Sunday. I think you almost have to. Let's see how he responds in practice. I'm not a big Andy Heck guy, but he's generally done a good job. And listen, they touted him as a starter from day one. They can't do a Bryce Young move and just pull him after 2 games. You got to say, listen, the better player won, and now it's up to me to go out there and prove to them that I deserve the starting left tackle spot. So the fact that Wanya Morris got some reps, also scored a touchdown, is going to be good for his confidence. But I think Kingsley's going to get the start against the Falcons.
Yeah,
I'd be shocked.
He's a raw player. I mean, he's a second-round pick for a reason. It wasn't like he's some finished guy that kind of can't miss Joe Alt type prospect.
Right.
If he was, he would have gone much earlier. So it's not an excuse. It's just this is what he has to kind of work through. He, like you said, Nick, he's got all the physical skills. I think he's smart enough to play the position. It's just the time on task, reps and reps and reps. And just again, if you're going to commit to a rookie left tackle, you're going to have to deal with some of these situations. And it's just hopefully he gets it straightened out. Much like Carson Steele, put him right back in the game, hand him the ball. You know, you don't want him losing confidence. So Kingsley put him out there against Atlanta, maybe not quite the pass rush. So maybe he just gets himself right next week.
I'll say, man, once you see your, me playing the sport before, you see somebody struggling, man, you got to let's get him a little bit of help. You know what I mean? For you don't want him to lose all confidence into like what he's doing out there, or because he's still a rookie, so he's trusting on the coaching staff and everybody else around him to like put him in right spots. But yesterday, it looked like he wasn't like believing in himself or believing in what he's been training in all season. So when you that's when you got to set somebody next to the side of him, like a Kelsey or another tight end, or to have that extra protection on the other side of there, before you can still build confidence. But but with Andy Reid taking him out the game yesterday, the game is on the line. Yes, I agree. You got to take him out the game. I agree with Andy Reid on that part, and let him go on the sideline and let him sit down and get some coaching to him. And say, you still the starter, we still believe in you, but hey, your head is not in the right task right now, because it seemed like the Bengals defense was getting into not just the offensive lineman head, also Patrick Mahomes' head as well. Yeah. So would you say that the offensive woes are creeping in again? Would you guys say that?
I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna say this. I think, honestly, my opinion, I think Travis Kelce is starting to you're starting to see like this is last year. I don't think Travis Kelce had that itch no more. I feel like he just already established himself, and I feel like I just see it. I don't see that hunger no more. I don't see the hunger no more. I was like, put somebody else in there, man. Let Wiley get in there. Let Noah go in there, man. It's like
can you cite a specific example on the field? Because did you see the play that got called back? Did that look like somebody that wasn't hungry or wasn't able to play?
Kelce, in big games, Kelce gets off in big games though, Lou, and he didn't show none of that.
There's
man.
certain things that certain defenses will take away, right? So if they are really cheating on him, and they do, Cincinnati, that's kind of their thing, that they're going to try to take Travis away and say, okay, we'll see if any of these other guys can beat us. And the pass rush was so strong that Patrick was, when he did get protected, you saw Rashid streaking down the sideline, making catches. So I don't see that with Travis. I mean, I hear what you're saying, and that could be a possible thing, and maybe that's a narrative that's out there, but I don't see that at all on the field. I just see these defenses, especially now you look at it, these are probably two of the best defenses they're going to face, or maybe the two best, other than Pittsburgh, maybe all year, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think Hense had said something yesterday like, well, Spags has got to do this and Spags has got to do that. Well, you can't take everything away. This is professional sports, whether it's basketball, football. You're going to try to take away somebody's right or left hand and say, okay, if those tight ends can beat us, if Mike Gesicki is going to beat us today, God bless him, you tip your cap and say, way to go, Mike, or one of the other tight ends. But again, to your point, Coach, I just don't see Travis looks to me as the way he always looks.
No, I don't see usually in big games, especially in the fourth, man. Travis gets busy, guys. Like what are we talking about? Like he acts like he just the defense scouting them up. Travis is unguardable.
Okay, let me get my say in here before the bell buries me.
Come on, I'm just
I think what you have to look at the defensive scheme that Lou Anarumo had against Kelce. They were dropping defensive linemen in underneath coverage when Kelce was trying to find a spot in the zone. Now, what other defensive lineman, what other team would have the guts to do that and just send 3 or 4 guys? They muddled the middle of the field very, very well. They kept the safeties back. They said, hey, if you want to run for 3-4 yards pop, we'll get you on the third time. We'll stop you. We'll stop the passing game because we know we can get pressure on Patrick Mahomes. I think the issue was, for Travis, there just wasn't open spots. I mean, in that first drive, Patrick was going to throw that ball to Kelsey, and the defensive lineman goes 2 yards back and sticks his paw up, and he didn't have enough time to react to even doing it sidearm, to get Kelsey the ball. He probably would have backed into the end zone. So, it's just the Ravens and the Bengals are going to be 2 of the top 4 defenses this team plays. Though San Francisco didn't look like it yesterday against the Vikings, they're still pretty good defensively. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are basically winning on defense. That's why they're 2-0. So, these are all things that will get washed out, worked out. Kelsey's going to have his big games. I don't think anybody needs to be worrying about, whether he's looking at retirement. I still think he's going to play out his contract and play 2 more years. I think there's a lot of other ramifications for that. But, he's also blocking his ass off. He's making some plays down the field in the running game when other receivers catch the ball that you can't dismiss. So he's anywhere but done.
Right.
But I don't know, because
when you see
clutch,
Travis, getting busy, it's usually when Patrick is buying time and it comes off schedule.
Right.
In other words, it's just them being on the same page where he kind of finds his spots or gets away from the defense. And they didn't have a ton of dropbacks where that was happening. It was like, you got to get it out quick, or they just, and we see it time and time again against the Bengals defense. I think somebody had it out there, would go for KC forever. What happened they had an earlier one. Does Andy need a better game plan? You just wonder what is it about this animal
5 yards, one catch for 5 yards though
that just kind of gets them.
No, I don't.
The Bengals defense is in Patrick Mahomes' head.
I have to say this, man. Me went back to watch the all 22 film. I watched it again, and my son was watching the game to me, and my son is, he's picking up, watching football more. He was like, why does he keep trying to force the ball to Kelsey? The interception that he threw. It was, I went back to watch all 22. Worthy was wide open, going right down the side.
Yeah, I would ask, have you been watching the last 6 years? That's kind of what they do.
Like, you can't just you can't have one read and say, hey, I know we all say Pat is great, yes, but Pat has his mistakes as well too.
Yeah.
We can't just sit here and butter his biscuit.
Well, he's not. Wait a second. You're the one that does it the most.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get my take like everybody else did.
The glaze is on pause.
What I'm saying is this. Kelsey, was double teamed when he threw that pick, right? And that's why
he did not see the linebacker coming underneath. We
all seen the linebacker there.
Well, we all saw it, but Patrick didn't.
Okay, but
he's behind the line of scrimmage. He read it wrong, and I think even Coach Reed said that maybe there was some confusion between the two of them.
Travis ran the wrong route, and that was not the route he was supposed to run, and Patrick didn't adjust.
And how many times has he done that and they score a touchdown?
Exactly.
So that's the thing.
What I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say,
okay,
bro.
my point is that if that's the way you're going to play, there's going to be some times where you miss because it's not the way it was scripted or the way the play was supposed to go. And if you're throwing a timing route, you just got to let it go. Right. So, and I honestly, there's no way he throws that ball if he saw 59 even close in the vicinity.
Yep. You're absolutely
now
right.
you could say, hey, he should have seen him. Okay.
And also, when the ball, nobody talking about the ball when he threw it in the dirt. Like Kelsey.
That's the play I was talking about. Yeah.
Down the goal line.
Yeah. Then also, the interception, he just toss it instead of throwing it deep, use your arm.
It's a great play by Britt. We said it earlier. But again, somebody like Worthy, you're not going to overthrow him. Just let it go. Let him go.
Patrick's doing a lot more touch passes, and when he needs to fire that ball, he needs to, he's not. And when he's throwing to Worthy deep, it's not MVS. MVS generally just didn't do things when it came, long passes down the field that he thought he had to lead him. With Worthy, because he's so fast, it's just time. It's just the time they're going to need, because I could have seen just as easily as that was an overthrow or an underthrow, that could have worked.
And then in that part of the field, again, I'm not saying that Worthy's, he didn't really make an attempt at the ball, or at least, hey, if I'm not catching this, he ain't catching it either.
Yeah, that's something he has to learn, because he's
listen. Worthy is small. He's a small guy. He look comparison. That's what he said. You're too small. Here's the thing with Worthy. Worthy had learned route running. He was a good route runner. It's probably
second game.
It don't matter, because you glazed that man up. You've been glazing him all season.
Second game.
Did you watch his film in Texas his senior year?
Yeah, it's playing.
No. Answer my question. Did you watch his game film in Texas last year?
I watched a lot of it.
Okay.
I watched a lot of it.
I would say next to Harrison, there's nobody better at the wide receiver position that ran routes in his last year. Nobody.
Right. But they was playing a lot of zone schemes.
It doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter. He's facing a lot of zone now.
Zone schemes,
okay. It's just like everything else. Is once you level up, it's going to get
tougher. Yeah.
Now you can say what you will about what Britt Taylor was saying, but he's a 4.38 guy himself. It's not like he's slow, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it was a man-to-man thing. I think it goes to time on task with the receiver in game situations. It was probably the first real go ball that he's thrown to Xavier. The one on the sideline against Baltimore was like a blown coverage. He was wide open, so he's not going to miss that. So maybe on the next one, he does put a little bit more air under it a little further downfield. And it doesn't get picked off.
They went to Baltimore. They was playing a zone. They was playing like a cover 2 zone. I mean, it was right there. I'm talking about like really man to man. My hands on you, and I seen that. Like he's not built for that yet,
dude.
I don't think Worthy is him, man.
He beat the Bengals in one-on-one coverage multiple times.
I don't think Brady's him, guys. I'm just saying. I don't think Brady's him, guys.
You're allowed to have your take. It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying. I don't think it's him, because he proved me right. He proved me right. He's
all right.
On one play. That's good.
It sure did. And that was the last play. The ball was on the Worthy one time, and that was
it's all right for you to have your takes, but most of your takes,
good, man.
Two for 17. 2 for 17, man.
To answer the question as far as the offensive woes creeping in, I don't think it's not anything like it was last season. So the PTSD can be real, but I don't think we're at that spot right now. No. I think, again, it's early in the season. They're not as deep probably into the playbook as you're going to see once you get towards the playoffs. You don't want to show everything. I know, like, again, I see in comments yesterday, well, why isn't Spags bringing more pressure? Why aren't they blitzing every down? Okay, you can't do that. If you show the same look that's just like sitting back the whole time. Right. You can't do that against a good quarterback. They're going to get hip to you and they're going to burn you. So you wait till you really need it, a la Shamari Connor, bang, and he gets a sack. So in terms of the offensive part of things, again, patience. But again, they played basically 2 playoff games to start the year. And they won. Exactly.
Hey, guys, real quick. Now, didn't I tell you Andre was gonna look good, man, in the red zone, man? He beat Williams and beat Johnson in the red zone, man. So that's why I was taking, the last segment.
He's a big man. Yeah, he's good.
So let's get to the next take. What went well? So what would you say went well against the Bengals? What went well against the Bengals?
Shit, I thought they ran the ball pretty well.
Yeah.
As far as the Chiefs are concerned, I like the way they did that. Defensively, they were getting pressures, but they weren't finishing.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it seemed like they were getting the pressure on Joe, but he would slide just a little bit. I mean, they got him a few times, but you would have liked to seen them, finish those. But in terms of what went well, again, they're getting pressure on it. I think the defensive backs are really starting to kind of get into the game and starting to play a little bit better. So I thought that went well. I guess you'd like to see Drew tackle a little bit. Maybe he did miss one tackle, but I thought he played fairly well. So yeah, I think there's some things that, again, Rashid going on a go ball, beating everybody. I thought that was good for him to be able to show that, put that on tape. So yeah, I thought, and then obviously Bucker.
So what about you, Coach? What went well against
shit? Hey, to be honest with y'all, man, honestly, did nothing go well for real for the Chiefs for real. It was Mahomes played awful. Travis Kelce again played awful, man. The DBs played awful for real. Connor was the only bright spot. You know what I'm saying? It got pressure. He got the joke with the
man, get out of here.
But I'm being real though. Like I'm being honest.
Just because you're negative doesn't.
We're asking you to sit. We're asking you to say
I'm
what
trying
went
to
well.
be well. Okay,
You tell me there was nothing they did well.
Connor did cool. Connor did.
Okay, how about the final score? He did that well too.
Oh yeah, it was. Hey, shout out to referees. I'm just playing.
Doesn't equal real.
All right,
okay.
so let me say.
Let me salty. That's it is.
Let me save the segment for.
Oh, hey, real quick.
Coach.
Hey, McDuffie, you're right. McDuffie played a great game too. McDuffie played a great game.
Here's the number one positive.
Had a good game. I don't know what. Again, I don't know what you're looking for. What you want, like completely shutting down professional wide receivers.
I
don't know, man. I don't know. Lou, what I'm saying, Lou, is this: the DBs wasn't cooking. The DBs wasn't cooking. On DB that was cooking was McDuffie.
But I put it like this. But looking at it, you know what I mean.
Had a good game.
Yeah, I think
Watson got beat.
One play. But I feel like this. What did go well against the game that I've seen so far is, you know what I mean, I've seen the toughness of this team. Nobody showed that they was giving up. Nobody showed that they was done but Mahomes is having a bad day. But you know what I mean, what did go well is that one man and that one man only. He's the killer of the Bengals. He's on all the posters out there on the street poles, and that's Mr. Harrison Bucker. He's been kicking the Bengals' butt since day one. If you look at it, you know, all the games came down to him taking them out. And you send in the butt kicker, and he kicks the Bengals right back onto the bus into Cincinnati, where they from. So
the arrogance of the coaching staff that once they got to the 35-yard line, we're just going to hand it off a couple of times. Give it a buck. Because this is like a free throw. Let's go.
Here are my positives. I think that the fact that they trusted Carson Steele after the fumble was a positive. You know, he responded in the key situation. He had to make two runs, you know, to, like Lou said, to get in the 30+ range, so Harrison Bucker can do his damage. I thought McDuffie did a tremendous job getting in the head of Chase.
He did.
I think that Chris Jones continues to get pressure, and he had some misses, but I like the way that the pass rush attack. They just have to do better at finishing, like Lou said. Obviously, Butker. But, you know, I as much as we are spoiled with Patrick Mahomes' success, and sometimes we get frustrated like we were in this game and like we were in the opener where he missed some stuff, the guy just refuses to lose football games. It's a personal challenge. I mean, he gets a 3rd and 7 and throws a pass to Kelce for a 51-yard gain. It gets nullified by a Wanya Morris penalty. Puts him at 4th and 16 after the next play failed. And what does he do? He launches it to a guy he thought could make the play. He put himself in position. The Bengals only rushed 3. And, you know, obviously the pass interference penalty was the icing on the cake of that drive. But he just doesn't quit, and he doesn't give up. And as much as we want to bitch about, you know, him underthrowing or maybe not seeing open guys, or he's the greatest player in the NFL today, and there's nobody with a bigger drive.
It's all splitting hairs.
It is splitting hairs because we're spoiled. This
our
generation
is, and I think most fans' expectation. It seems like they should score every single time they touch the ball.
And he's never
it's just that there's nowhere to go but down from that.
And I've said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it until I see it. He has never played a 4-quarter game in Kansas City where he's been dominant. Not one. Not a single start. Even though he's got all these yardage and all these touchdowns and all these records and all these Super Bowl titles.
Well, hopefully, if you're that dominant in quarters 1 and 2, you don't have to be.
You don't have to be. But even in 3 and 4, I mean, the Raiders game when they were stomping on the field a couple years ago, he did that for 3 quarters till he was pulled out. So that was his perfect game, I think. But I just think his mentality is just it covers up everything. And he just refused. He refuses.
OMDB all day. I mean, over
so
my dead body.
I think he deserves.
So yeah,
he deserves a lot of accolades.
They won the game. I mean,
that matters
for all this stuff that went wrong, or they didn't execute properly, or didn't finish on certain things in the red zone again, having some issues. They won.
Yeah, and the best part.
I'm gonna give you another positive. Go ahead.
The best part of the whole game. Oh my God,
coach is a positive.
The best part of the whole game was Butker kicking the 51-yard field goal, and as soon as it left his foot, he started walking to the sidelines. He knew it was good.
It's like a shoe.
I wish he would have hit the post. I wish he would have hit the post. Now listen, I'll say this.
Hold on. A lot of people didn't see this, but when he kicked that ball and he got back down and tied his shoelace, while the ball was going in, and still won the game. I'll just put it like that.
No, I'm gonna say this. Joe Burden was in the red zone twice, and they kept him to a field goal. Now that's the positive for Kansas City's defense. Yes. Now they did hold him to 2 field goals. That's the positive right there. Yep. I give you that.
And had Chase not had his his mouthing off penalty, they scored a touchdown on that drive and the game's over.
And then Chase, that's another good thing. McDuffie got in Chase's head, man, because I watched that whole replay and I still trying to figure out why was you crying? It wasn't a horse collar, wasn't a face
he thought
mask.
It was a hip, thought it was a hip tackle.
Well,
he just doesn't want to lose any money.
That's probably what it is too.
He's got a lot going on out off the field right now, right? And where if you come in just a little pissed off, some little slight or some little thing that goes wrong, and now all of a sudden, poof.
Did y'all see that pass?
Cares about Chase.
Did y'all see that pass interference play on McDuffie?
That's it.
And listen, was that pass interference play? Was that on McDuffie or was it on Chase? Y'all remember going to the red zone? Like the
Chase
ball
pulls him down by the jersey right in front of the rush.
Are you sure about that, Nick? I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's there. It's clear as day.
But what I did see is, guys, let's get right into this in the last take of the day.
Right.
What needs to be improved head into the Falcons game? What needs to be improved, guys?
That offensive line.
Start off with Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to steal. I'm going to steal your thunder.
Go ahead.
The offensive line has to play better.
That's the elephant in the room.
They have to play better, but that's an easy thing to sit here and say has to be done. I think they need to have more sustainable drives. I think they have to improve their 2 things they have to work on. They have to improve the red zone offense. And I think Andy's being too conservative. He's been very conservative, which is uncharacteristic for him.
He has a rookie left tackle.
I understand that.
I think that's where it all starts, and that's where it's going to build.
And I think the man on the left there, Nick Bolton, has to discover, the old Nick Bolton. He's in a contract year. He has not played well. The elbow's obviously still bothering him, but he whiffed a lot of times. He didn't make some good plays. He's really, really struggling. And, I think the Chiefs are going to have to maybe give Hicks an opportunity. He got a little bit of game time yesterday. But I'm concerned about the linebacker coverage. Drew Tranquill's kind of he just hasn't been there. He hasn't making the plays. And I think part of that is because he's a better linebacker when he's playing in the middle, but they can't do that with Bolton. And they don't have Willie Gay now. They don't really have a 4-man rotation at linebacker. Good point. And that's a problem for me. That's something they're going to have to correct.
I said y'all should have kept Willie Gay. Nobody want to listen, but you see what he's doing over with the Saints. You see what he's doing with the Saints.
I don't know. I haven't looked at any of his stats, so I have no clue.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, as far as Willie's concerned, hey, I mean that happens. You're not going to keep everybody. That's the difficult thing. Now, do you put Cam Jones on the field or give him some snaps in the defense? You mentioned Hicks. I don't know if they're going to necessarily put him in at the linebacker spot. I think more so going to either play the nickel or one of the safeties, kind of like when Justin was out for a few plays and he cut his hand or whatever happened there.
Right.
But it all starts with the pass protection. I mean, that's where in terms of Andy being conservative. Now, when you say conservative, you mean in the play calling or
play calling, right?
Going for it or not going for it on fourth down.
All those things.
So if it's play calling, again, you have to take into consideration. That's how I think, is trying to protect the rookie left tackle, where you're just not calling a bunch of straight dropbacks play after play after play.
Right.
Their strength right now, I think, is running the ball a little bit more. We'll see, with Pops being out, if they continue to do that, they probably will. But, with the, you're not going to take the ball out of Patrick's hands completely.
No,
but again, you just got to be careful with, kind of like the long plays where it's like five-step drop, 7-step drop, and a hitch trying to, get the receivers downfield. Whereas I think those big plays more so are going to come from when Patrick buys some time and, he makes the magic happen. So
I'm going to say
that's the big thing is on the offensive line.
I think just get Kelsey more involved, guys. We've been talking about Kelsey the last 2 games, man. I want to see Kelsey get more involved in this game against Atlanta. I want to see that. I want to see more being more consistent on defense too. Because remember, I'm always going after DBs, right? I'm watching the DBs. Just be more consistent, man, with Kelsey in this offense. Be more consistent with that. And also, I want the DBs to play better. DBs play better. And, of course, your offensive line, which you stated, Nick, like I said, just play better, man. Just play better. I know it's the third game. It's early, but come on. We got to play a whole
Willie Gay has 2 tackles and 2 assists in 2 games.
It looked better than it.
That's his Glaze guy there. The first Glaze guy.
What I say this, what needs to improve to head into this Falcon game is play calling. I would say play calling on defense and offense. It needs to improve. When to call the blitz, when to call a zone, when to call having linebackers on tight ends when your linebackers is out there breathing hard the whole game. I know we won championships, but that got to be called, man. Like when you see your people tired, pull them out, put somebody else in. Nick,
I had a question there. If you pull the linebackers off them, who are you going to have covering the tight ends?
You put Hicks or somebody, a safety on them or something, not a linebacker. Everybody.
Right, so if you pull the linebackers off and you put in smaller players, they're just going to run it at you.
Jaden Hicks is just as big as Willie Gay and Drew Tranquil. You know what I mean? And then
but he's not a lot. But he's not a.
But they weren't running the ball well. But to that point, Lou, they weren't running the ball very well the entire game.
And you still got him out there. So that's my point. Like you had, you got to save like yesterday. The left tackle. I want to see that improve. You see him struggling, coach it. Okay, pull him. You know me, get him some help over there or something. But other than that, man, that's what I like to see. I think everything else could have been, been great. The fault of your own is Patrick Mahomes doing the wrong areas. But other than that, I think everything was on core to go as planned, except those turnovers. If you don't see nothing, it's okay to take the sack.
And get Worthy more involved. To my bad, Bo. And get Worthy more involved into the offense.
I was gonna say that, but I ain't get my take.
I mean, maybe. Okay, you're right. You're right. Go ahead, player. Go ahead.
I'll just say it, man. Like, get Worthy more involved, and I want to see we at the goal line. Put Carson still in. He's 6'2", 225 pounds, running right at you. Put that man in there and see what he can do at that goal line.
They're gonna.
He was in the red zone a few times, wasn't he?
He almost got it in there. Then he backed out and went for the field goal. I would went for it, and your defense are in a good spot right there. That you can get a safety or something. You go for 7 or go for 2. You know what I mean?
Right.
It ain't like the Bengals all O-line was protecting Burrow very well. They wasn't. So other than that, man, that's why I like to see change. Coaching got to be more.
When Charles Domenico comes back, that's going to change his defense significantly.
Hey, where's FAU yet, guys? Did we mention FAU anywhere?
He played a few snaps, but he didn't really have much of an impact.
Did he really?
He had more of an impact against the Ravens than he did the Bengals.
Oh, okay, inconsistent.
Oh, come on.
Here you go. His head ain't on straight, guys, because we already know why. You seen the picture. Carson still ran him through some doors. But other than that, man, that was the topics of the day. So let's go there and give for our sponsors before we close out, Nick.
All right. First up, my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes for the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can walk you through the process of buying or selling a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, give Eric Haynes a call. His number is 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief.
And next up, my amazing, incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you want to get flexible health coverage, meaning options to maybe get out of your EPO plan and get into a PPO network, give Emily a call today at 913-215-9086, and she'll give you a free consult. And perhaps she can find you a better plan with lower deductibles and less expensive, and it fits more in your budget. So call her today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Nikki loves Emily.
No question, guys.
Nikki loves with your heart and your soul, Nick.
My heart, soul, and every fiber in this being of my 62-year-old body.
That's right. Hey, somebody said this. Go KC forever. Go KC forever says this. He said they're tired of the trick plays around the end zone.
He hasn't done any.
Hey, I'm just saying. They said they tired.
Tackle eligible.
The tackle eligible works.
The thick six. The big man touchdown. What was it? Was it like the 40? Was it 40 or 30 year anniversary of the Joe Valerio from Joe Montana?
That's one of my favorite games of all time.
Thick six, man. I like that name for him. Thick six. But again, for real, honestly, just the Chiefs to be more consistent on offense and just be down.
What's your breaking news, Freeway?
Yeah, Freeway, what's your breaking news, sir?
Freeway's come in with two different avatars again. Two different accounts.
They said that Kareem Hunt is back in Kansas City.
Who says that?
That's what Kareem said.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey, boy, don't say that because, hey, man,
Kareem
if he comes back,
Kareem again is referring to himself. So
now, Freeway, I said
Freeway.
That Kareem. I mean, say Kareem. I have to say,
yeah.
But they saying Kareem, you know what I mean, is scheduled to visit with the the Chiefs.
It would be pretty dire, I think, to get to that point.
It wouldn't hurt, gentlemen. It wouldn't hurt if that was the
again, if they
it is official. Breaking news from Tom Pellisario. Kareem Hunt will visit the Chiefs on Tuesday.
Wow.
I'm shocked.
So
hey, Hense, don't start glazing yet.
Have an idea, and I think the only way that they do sign him is if like they're looking at pops and it's like 6 to 8 weeks, and so you want to have at least some veteran depth.
Yeah, I understand that, Lou. I understand that, but we got to have the guy.
Well, I'm not saying in place of Steele. I mean, to go along with them, they're not gonna give him the ball 25 times.
You see what he did to Dre in them doors?
If he's coming in, they're signing him.
You see what he did to them doors back there? Ain't nobody running through doors like that, but still with Dre.
Even I know that.
I got more breaking news.
He had extra incentive.
Hold on, Nick.
He's holding Dre's head.
That's right. Dre knows. I know good talent when I see it.
I have more breaking news.
They're bringing in a bunch of guys to try out.
Okay, after the results, it appears that the timeline for Isaiah Pacheco to heal from his injury is now 6 to 8 weeks. It's not 4 to 6.
Well, there you go.
As we speculated. So thus, Kareem Hunt will visit the Chiefs tomorrow to pass a physical. If that happens, I would assume if he came in that Clark Hunt, Andy Reid, and Patrick Mahomes and Brett Veach are on the same page. Yeah, maybe they're willing to give this kid a second chance.
The longer it was for Pops.
Is that offense going to be back like it was?
Oh, can you imagine if he just has a touch of his old form?
Now, what his rookie year was what, 17?
Yeah, same as Patrick's. Yeah.
Excuse me. So that somebody asked how old he was. That puts him at like 28 or 29.
28, 29, yeah.
Patrick just turned 29.
Yeah.
I don't know that he was if Kareem was a young rookie, like 21 or 20. I don't think so. But anyway, yeah, I mean that's the other part of this is that typically you're not looking at running backs at that age. But I had a short list. I mean, if they were going to make a trade. And I've been banging this drum. Those two guys that back up in Chicago would be perfect. Herbert or Roshan Johnson. But I thought like a weird one under the radar might be like an Austin Eckler. because Washington really is featuring Brian Robinson Jr. Eckler's getting a little bit of run, but I thought he would be like a perfect guy, pass catcher, the whole thing.
But it's also come down like if you got to know the offense, and Kareem, it's gonna be like you get somebody up.
He knows some of it. It's changed.
It's been how long? 6 years.
I think just knowing Patrick Mahomes and playing with Mahomes and knowing Andy Reid, Andy Reid could go create an offense.
And I would imagine.
I got more breaking news.
I thought they'll put him through kind of a rigorous workout to see what kind of shape he's in.
Right. True. Good point.
The Kansas City Chiefs, to make a roster spot available for potentially Kareem Hunt, have waived tight end Peyton Hendershot, who likely will go on the practice squad.
Yeah, he wasn't active yesterday either, was he?
He cost him $100,000 on the sideline for that point.
Yeah.
Hey, that was well worth it. He's protecting 15.
Good.
Let's go.
All this breaking news. Love it.
So with that being said, I don't have an issue if Kareem does get an opportunity because, like I said, he knows Andy Reid. Andy Reid loves this guy, just the fact that he lied.
Let's go to the videotape back at the beginning. What did everybody say? That
I know.
It sounds like a different tune.
Well, listen, the only reason.
I said
the only reason.
Good point.
Can we rewind?
We'll have Mango do. We'll have a Kareem segment.
Everybody saying mine said the same. Yeah. Mine still say the same.
Yeah, I put the qualifier in if it was an extended thing, and if they found out that it's going to be longer, then maybe he would get a shot. Yeah. And I'm a little surprised, whatever, I didn't see it coming, but
2 months
it was a possibility.
2 months is in middle of November, and again, Perrine probably not ready for full-time duty. They're going to have a rookie out there. Now they have some experience who knows the offense, but again. This doesn't happen if Clark Hunt doesn't sign off on it.
Now, I did. Luke,
and he probably had to be convinced.
He's got to pay him.
Well, Luke, I love you very much, but
Luke, I did hear a rumor yesterday that Perrine linked the offensive playbook to the Bengals.
Oh, come on!
He was talking a lot of crap about the Bengals.
Yeah, he certainly is.
It's a joke. It was a joke. But other than that, man, yes. We got the after hours.
Look, Hense smiling so damn much, man. It's crazy. He glazing. He won't Hunt back on this team, man.
Kareem, this is going to get interesting now. I'm the only Kareem being talked about. Yeah,
so how much is he going to pay Shamari for the 27? Let's get to the real brass.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I think if he do come in, he's going to wear that number 0.
I think he should wear number 0 too.
Yeah,
that would be apropos.
No, you know what? No, he got to get 27 back, man.
Put the literal target on his back.
Yeah, exactly.
That to me will be a priceless moment, man.
Because
Kareem back with the Chiefs.
There's going to be people that are just going to say absolutely not. This should never happen. He's this, he's that. About his character and everything else. So there's going to be a segment of people out there that are just going to say.
But Andy Reid.
I'm giving you 3 reasons. I'm going to give you 3 reasons.
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
The 3-peat. That's it.
To do that with Kareem Hunt, that would be special.
Andy Reid always give guys second chances. He always been that name.
He's been very supportive of him when he was gone.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No. Well, obviously they're bringing him in, so they're certainly they like the player.
Yeah.
What he brings. Then it's just like, okay. Does what he brings with him, is it worth it? So somebody had a conversation, like you said, Nick, somebody had to have a conversation with the owner. I'm sure Brett called him up and said, hey, here's the deal with Pacheco. This guy's sitting out there. What do you think?
It wasn't one slice of humble pie. It was about 6 or 7 pies. If Clark Hunt is willing to allow him to come back to the team.
Yeah, and I want to hear Clark's statement on it if he gets asked at some point.
Someone will ask him.
I just think the chemistry is right there, man.
When he's speaking off the cuff, he sounds like he practiced it in the mirror like for an hour.
Yeah.
It just everything he says is so like just scripted. I don't know how else to describe.
Are you talking about Clark?
Yeah.
Oh my, he's the best interview I mean, for me, I've interviewed him multiple times.
Yeah. Oh no, but my point is when he answers, it just sounds like it's like he knew this question was coming, and this is what I'm gonna say.
He's very punctual, man.
It's well crafted, and it's like almost like he's got a PR brain, and it just spits things out.
You know what's crazy about him? His father and him have the exact same signature. It's really weird. I'll prove that to you guys on Friday.
The penmanship.
The penmanship. I mean, the way they autograph is exactly virtually
like
the same.
Signature move, you know?
Yeah, it's just he's listen.
Like out on the dance floor.
What's that?
Like on the dance floor, signature move.
No, the two-step and dance.
No, I think this kind of tells you that
with the ladies.
Yeah, well, come on. All right, so much for my points. You guys
but you know what though? To bring those guys together though, it'll be a moment in time for the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Because I like Hunt. I was a big fan of Hunt before all that nonsense went down.
They beat the Patriots if Hunt.
Oh, hands down. If he played, they beat them hands down.
Right now, we're hoping Kareem was going by the mindset of I got to stay ready so I don't have to get ready, because if he's huffing and puffing tomorrow and after they put him through his paces, it ain't gonna go.
I am sure once Brett Veach saw the X-ray of the fracture at Arrowhead before
get me his agent
before Pacheco left.
Come on,
Chris Cabot called him and said, "Hey, Kareem wants to come home.
He's ready.
Yes. He'll be a good soldier. Patrick's on board with this. I'm sure Andy will be. Will ownership take a look at him? Let's make this reunion happen."
Look, can we say this? Nick was right. Not that Nick right, but this Nick Athan was right. He did say, that hey, they at the same ages, and then when it's all said and done, they got the same age. It's gonna be Patrick Mahomes. So hey, shout out to Nick for being right, and shout out to Mango for we praying for you, brother, and everything. What's going on.
Absolutely. Hey, shout out to both of there, man. Being confused about what you want to do with Kareem Hunt, man. Shout out to that right now, man. Hey, I'm gonna say this.
I want the guy with the long hair with the 42.
Well, you got the guy with the long hair is coming. He's coming Tuesday. The guy with the long hair is coming Tuesday. That's the guy you wanted.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. All good. All right. Let's rewind back to the beginning and see.
Yes, sir. But if he comes in,
I'm sticking with Steele, man. Give me Steele, man. Give me Steele.
I think the combination of Steele, P. Ryan,
he's still gonna play. He's not going anywhere.
So Nick, you said the combination of P. Ryan, Steele, and Kareem, if they're on
and 50% of Steele. If Kareem Hunt is half the player he was. Let's he probably doesn't have the top end speed that he did. But I will say this: had Kareem Hunt not made a mistake
and contact balance, that's what he can bring.
Nobody was better at low to the ground maneuvers like he was. I mean,
I'm telling you, Nick, real quick, he can catch out the back.
He's a very good receiver.
Yeah, he's a great receiver. They can do those 50-yard screen passes.
If they're trying to make Pac like that, Kareem can do that naturally. Right. So yeah,
and I think. What I like about this is just the team's willingness to say to forgive, to move on. But again, he's not going to be the same player. This is not the 2017.
Forgive, yes. Forget.
We don't know.
Yeah, well,
we don't know.
I think there'd have to be some forgetting to a point, or else this doesn't
forgive. Like I said,
but as far as
he's really tripping now.
This allows them to have a guy with experience. They don't have to call up a couple of rookies.
They don't
from the practice squad. It gives them a few weeks to get ready. That you're going to see, again, we're assuming he's going to be signed, and it's only Monday at 3:00.
Like
Central
I said,
time.
Like that, Nick, it's only Monday.
The statute of limitations ran out, and he was free and clear.
That's probably the best way to put it.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
With that said, guys, we will be back Wednesday. Hey, you are not going to get your Chiefs news like you get it here. The reactions, the guys,
Chief Who's got just a lot more interest.
Chiefs Who has gone to a whole new level.
Was that a clue? Was that a clue, Lou?
You take it for what it's worth. There,
I'm gonna take it how it is, Lou, because I know you. I say y'all better pay attention.
Well, we know it's not going to be Hendershot, so we can put him off the list.
Look, Lou funny as heck. You take it for what it's worth.
Oh, Lou, you the man.
I'm telling you, Lou was throwing some stuff out there, guys. Y'all pay attention. I'm like, okay, Lou, I'm catching on what you're doing, bro. I'm catching on.
Hey, Lou, when we start doing the Chiefs, we need that hat and we need that jacket on and those glasses.
It's a little warm still.
It's a little warm now.
When it starts getting like fall or whatever, and they stop mowing the lawn in the neighborhood, I can open the window to chill it down.
We don't want the man
fedora and the coat.
Now. Yep, the fedora and the coat. So with that said, guys, we'll see you guys.
What a day in the NFL already. My goodness.
I know, man.
There's a game tonight. Yes. Let's go.
So wait, before we close out, what y'all think about Miami getting Hunter from the Ravens?
Huntley?
Huntley?
That's
I that's not the direction I would have gone. I would have gone after Ryan Tannehill.
I think
he was with Cleveland, wasn't he?
He's on the Baltimore Ravens practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a starting quarterback. He just didn't get his shot.
Honestly, good point. I think Huntley actually played better than Lamar Jackson going in that stretch. Or down to that stretch. Huntley played very well.
Huntley did for what he had to deal with when Jackson didn't want to play.
That was the Ravens offense too.
When Jackson didn't want to play.
Yeah. Look good.
We'll see. Hey, Miami, they know what they're doing, but I don't know that he's going to play much.
One more question, Dre, what you think about Joe Burrow?
You didn't say a thing.
I think we gotta go. I think he put the critics to bed. I think he put the critics to bed, guys. Joe Burrow.